In the complex world of the young and the restless, characters are always prone to unexpected twists and turns, especially when they leave and return with mysterious new identities. One question many fans have been asking is whether Kane Ashby could become the man behind the Aristotle Dumas empire after he leaves Genoa City? And could Daniel Goddard return to this charismatic role? Kane Ashby and the mystery of Aristotle Dumas. If you're a longtime fan of The Young and the Restless, you'll remember Kane Ashby, a character who has had many complicated relationships and tangled secrets in his past. From his time as the heir to Catherine Chancellor's fortune to Colin Atkinson's scam, Kane has always found himself involved in controversial situations. But after leaving Genoa City in 2019, what if Kane created a new identity under the name Aristotle Dumas? According to recent developments, when Billy Abbott mentioned the name Aristotle Dumas in a conversation with Jack Abbott, Jack immediately recalled that Aristotle had appeared about 5 or 6 years ago. This further raised suspicions that Kane may have disappeared and created a new empire under this fake identity. With Kane's involvement in investigating Colin, it is possible that Kane used his time away to build a new business and launch a long-term plan to return with a completely different look. Question: is Daniel Goddard coming back? Daniel Goddard reportedly left the role of Kane Ashby in 2019, after a long time with the show. However, this is the time when fans are speculating about the possibility of his return. Kane's disappearance has left a gap in the Ashby family relationships and the stories related to Catherine Chancellor and Devon Winters. Kane's return as Aristotle Dumas could be a surprising turn, not only for fans but also for other characters on the show. Kane's return in this new role will create a series of conflicts and dramatic confrontations. Especially with Colin's history of fraud and the money Colin stole eventually being returned to Devon, Kane could find a way to exploit these situations to grow his new empire. The story will not only revolve around Kane's appearance but also the relentless power struggle between the characters, where greed and revenge are always present. Scams and secret plans. You may remember the scam that Colin Atkinson carried out, when he stole a huge amount of money from Devon Winters, causing arguments and chaos in the Winters family. While Colin mysteriously disappeared, the money was eventually returned and justice was served when Colin was arrested. However, this story may not end here. If Kane is really behind the Aristotle Dumas identity, he may have used his past scams to build a secret empire. This also makes fans wonder. Will Kane return with a bigger plan, a grand conspiracy that those close to him cannot recognize? Perhaps, taking over the Aristotle Dumas empire will be an opportunity for Kane to realize the ambitions that he previously dared not reveal. With his intelligence and talent in handling complex situations, Kane may return to deal with not only the Ashby family but also other forces that are secretly operating in the dark. A new empire, a new relationship. The story of Kane Ashby does not stop at scams and the search for Colin. Behind all these events, fans are also looking forward to another development, which is whether Kane will have a new life, a new relationship after he leaves. Aristotle Dumas may be the person Kane will become, but that may also create complicated and tense relationships. With the changes in Kane's life, will he be able to rebuild the trust of the Ashby family and face the consequences of his past? In the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless, if Kane does indeed return to the role of Aristotle Dumas, fans could see a dramatic new story. With the return of a character that many have loved and followed for a long time, this will create unpredictable developments. Kane's story will not only revolve around revenge or greed, but also a journey to restore honor and seek forgiveness from those he has hurt. Whether Daniel Goddard returns or not, the details related to Kane and the possibility that he is the mastermind behind the Aristotle Dumas empire will certainly bring moments full of surprises and drama. Fans can expect climactic confrontations, surprising plots and, of course, complicated developments in the relationships between the characters. The future of Kane Ashby, or more accurately Aristotle Dumas, remains a mystery on The Young and the Restless. This opens up a whole new world of possibilities for what lies ahead, creating endless surprises for fans of the show. Will Kane really be back with a new identity and a completely different empire? Or will there be a surprising return to the role of Kane Ashby, the man everyone once knew and loved? The answer remains to be seen, and fans can only wait for the dramatic twists and turns ahead. Secrets behind a romantic relationship? While Cain is quietly building his empire, other relationships are equally complicated. Damien, a mysterious figure with a rather tense relationship with Lily Winters, may be hiding a big secret. If Damien is actually working for Lily's ex-husband, this could make his relationship with her even more tense and confusing. It seems that Damien's interest in Lily is more than just romantic. He may be stalking her for another reason, one that involves Cain. If this is true, it would be a smart move on Cain's part, as he seeks to control not only his family but also those he believes are threats to his ambitions. Damien may have been drawn into a larger scheme, where his romantic relationship with Lily is just part of a plot to spy on her and find information for Cain's benefit. Cain and Billy Abbott, teaming up to defeat Victor. The relationship between Cain and Billy Abbott could be one of the most interesting partnerships on The Young and the Restless. Although the two have had their share of conflicts in the past, when faced with a common enemy like Victor Newman, they could team up to create a powerful strategy to overthrow the heads of the Newman Empire. Victor, with his power and influence, has always been a formidable opponent. However, with the help of Billy and Colin, Cain could find a way to take him down, regain what he lost, and build an empire of his own. Cain, who has been the victim of conspiracies and deceptions in the past, can now use those lessons to become a winner in this power struggle. Conclusion: a future full of mystery. With the surprising return of Cain Ashby, fans can expect to witness some dramatic and surprising plot twists in the upcoming episodes of The Young and the Restless. Is Cain really the mastermind behind the Aristotle Dumas empire? Will his partnership with Billy help them overcome Victor Newman? And is Damien really hiding a big secret about his relationship with Lily? All will be answered in the upcoming episodes, when Cain Ashby, Colin, Billy, and other characters will create a story full of surprises and drama. Cain Ashby and the Aristotle Dumas empire, conspiracies, relationships, and a chance to return in the unpredictable and intrigue-filled world of The Young and the Restless. Characters never stop growing and changing, even when they leave town. Cain Ashby, the former CEO of Chancellor Industries, has been an integral part of the show's intense drama. After many twists and turns, sudden departures, and surprising returns, the big question is, could Cain Ashby be the man using the alias Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious figure with complex plots that involve many key figures in Genoa City? The story of Cain Ashby on The Young and the Restless has never been simple, and this time, the question of whether Cain will return with a new role full of power and mystery has kept viewers glued to the screen. Cain had previously had major conflicts with Victor Newman, who he felt was unfairly treated. But when a new name emerged, Aristotle Dumas, and people began to suspect that Cain might be the man behind the identity, things became more complicated than ever. Cain Ashby. Former CEO and conflicts with Victor Newman. Cain Ashby was the CEO of Chancellor Industries, but he also had major conflicts with Victor Newman, one of Genoa City's most powerful rivals. These conflicts were not only work-related but also personal, as Cain felt that Victor was constantly pushing him around and not recognizing him. However, after leaving the CEO position, Cain not only quietly withdrew, but also left an indelible mark on Genoa's business world. Cain's departure did not mean he gave up on his ambitions. In fact, Cain may have been looking to rebuild everything from scratch, especially since his complicated past relationships still exist. And it is these relationships that may bring him back in a new, unexpected role, the mastermind behind the Aristotle Dumas empire. Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious and conspiracy-filled figure. Aristotle Dumas is a mysterious figure, appearing in a phone call Billy Abbott receives. When Billy comes into contact with the man claiming to be Aristotle, suspicions begin to arise. The question is whether it is a prank or a carefully crafted conspiracy? While Billy does not know exactly who he is talking to, one thing is clear: Aristotle Dumas is not someone to be trifled with. His words are filled with mystery and a complex agenda that could affect many key figures in Genoa City. So, is Cain Ashby the man behind this identity? It may not be a coincidence that Cain was previously a CEO and has connections to many powerful figures in Genoa City. Cain may have used his connections to build a new empire, under the name Aristotle Dumas. We cannot forget that in the past, Holden once assumed the identity of Damien to carry out a scheme of his own. Cain, with his skills and cunning, could very well do the same. Cain Ashby and his complicated plans. With Cain's return, it's clear that he's not only looking to restore his power in the business world, but also to make his mark on Genoa City. However, it's not just Cain who's secretly plotting big plans. Aristotle Dumas, while a name that no one knows much about, is certainly closely connected to the events and powerful figures in the city. Aristotle's goal isn't just power, but also self-assertion in a world filled with intrigue. Surely, when Cain returns, he'll have to deal with not only Victor Newman but also other enemies who are quietly waiting for the right moment. The big question is whether Cain can use Aristotle's mystery to carry out his plans without anyone realizing that he's the one behind them. While Cain may not appear directly as Aristotle Dumas, the possibility that he is manipulating things from the shadows is very high. Cain and Billy Abbott's relationship, cooperation or confrontation? One of the interesting elements in this story is the possible cooperation between Cain and Billy Abbott. Billy, who used to be one of Victor's biggest rivals, may be looking for a strong ally to deal with Newman Enterprises together. And Cain, with his ambitions and strategic abilities, would certainly be an ideal ally. The combination of Billy and Cain could create a dramatic war, as both want to overthrow Victor and dominate the market. However, their relationship will not always be smooth. In the past, the two have had conflicts and fierce competition, and this time, when facing a common enemy, it is unknown whether they can maintain cooperation or will conflict arise again. Damien and Lily, the secret about Cain. While Cain is quietly building his empire, another interesting relationship is also coming to light. Damien, who has a rather tense relationship with Lily Winters, may be hiding an important secret about Cain. If Damien is indeed working for Cain, it is possible that his relationship with Lily is just a way to keep an eye on her, in order to serve Cain's greater goals. These are the details that make the story tense and unpredictable. Damien may already know about Cain and Lily's relationship and is trying to control the situation to serve Cain's grand plan. This opens up the possibility that the romantic relationship between Damien and Lily is not simply love, but also part of a larger conspiracy that Cain is carrying out. Daniel Goddard returns. Is it possible? With all these twists and turns, fans can't help but wonder if Daniel Goddard will return as Cain Ashby. After leaving the show in 2019, Daniel Goddard's return would be a huge shock, as he returns in a new, powerful, and mysterious role. Cain Ashby, who was once a powerful CEO, could now be changing his look and creating a whole new empire under the name Aristotle Dumas. Daniel Goddard's return would not only revive memories of Cain but also open up new possibilities for the storyline. Daniel's return as Cain Ashby in a plot-filled scheme would keep viewers glued to the screen, as the plots, revenge, and power struggles continue to unfold. A future full of unexpected. The future of Cain Ashby and the identity of Aristotle Dumas are still unknown. Whether or not Cain is truly the mastermind behind Aristotle's empire, one thing is for sure: his return will bring big surprises to the young and the restless. The complex plots, tense relationships, and constant confrontations between the characters will continue to create dramatic plots, keeping viewers glued to the screen. Will Cain be able to rebuild his empire and face his greatest enemies? All will be revealed in the upcoming episodes.